Good evening, people. My name is Seth De Angelo, or rather, Illuminati Primus, Seth De Angelo. You don't know me. I have no wish to know you. But you know what I'm doing. And it's all going rather well at the moment, so well done. Stay in that lockdown and allow us to do our plan. Thank you so much. You see, the world is ours. Not yours, of course. The world is ours, and we're now carving the world into our making, into the model that we wish. Have you noticed how the skies are now much bluer? Have you noticed that the beaches are now much cleaner? The roads are much quieter. Everything seems more peaceful, as it was always meant to be, until you people started to populate it and infect it with your virus-like being, making the roads like horrible, thick, disgusting trails of human excrement. Well, we've sorted that one out, haven't we? You see, you believe that we're in a democracy, when in reality, you have the best politicians that money can buy. And of course, we are the money. We are the World Bank. We decide who is going to be in our little club or not. And that is the beauty of power. You see, once we start to carve the world to our making, it becomes a much nicer place. It becomes a place without you. But of course, we do need some of you. And some of you will be invited into our new little cabal. Some of you will feel very grateful that you've been invited into that club, so that you can eat at the restaurants that we decide that we will open, but only for a certain select clientele. You see, the last thing we want is your kind stinking up the place, you know, with your horrible, uneducated children, your dirty manners, your totally, it sometimes allows me to lose my train of thought. Just the thought of you people is culminating around inside our beautiful world. You see, once we get rid of the people that we don't really need, things get a lot easier. They get a lot nicer. I mean, the elderly, for God's sake. I mean, they've had their time. We've used them, we've taxed them, we've fleeced them. There's nothing more they can do for me, apart from just walk around aimlessly on their walkers with their tennis balls on the end. Frankly, I find it disgusting. You know, it's like, die already, you know, you're useless. And then, of course, once we can do that, we'll just take the pension, because why are you going to use that pension just to survive and just to continue your aimless life in your nursing home? So isn't it much easier that we just introduce a virus into your nursing home, just kill you all off? We don't have to pay you pensions anymore. You know, your children will be better off without you. And all you people with underlying conditions, I mean, what are you giving to society? You people with heart attacks and breathing conditions and mental illness. I mean, what use are you? So it's absolutely fitting that this virus is just taking its toll, allowing you guys to move along. But of course, we do want to keep the children, because the children are going to be of use to us. They're of value to us. They're our new taxpayers. They're our new workforce. And as long as we continue to put them in our education system, where they have no idea of critical thought whatsoever, we can just tell them the beauty of socialism and communism. So they think that it's all equal. Ha! Oh God, as if this world was ever equal. It's never equal. We made it unequal. We made it for us, not for you. You are there just to provide a service to us, the illuminated ones, the enlightened ones, the ones that see the light. And at that point, we decide, because we are the ones with the intelligence, we decide how life should be, and we'd rather like our life. We like the fact that you can serve us. This lockdown hasn't actually been anything for us. We just send out for our food. I sent whatever her name is, Maria de whatever, to go and get my shopping today. You know? So it doesn't really matter to us. We will decide what businesses we require in order to be able to keep people at maximum efficiency. Now, I do like what's happened with some of the people, because they actually think they're in control. And now, of course, we can put masks over you because we'd hate to see your faces. You begin to see that you are faceless creatures, all walking around aimlessly, fighting for toilet paper. I mean, have you no integrity? Have you no respect for yourself? Fighting over arse-wiping toilet paper. You really think that we want to give you the decision of how life is going to be made? Huh. Not at all. You see, even by your actions, you reflect exactly why we hate you so much. But we do love the children. We have lots of plans for your children, some of which are actually quite fun. You see, we are in control. We want to keep you inside so that us in our cars can drive along the roads that we created, to see the beaches that we own, to see the clear skies devoid of all this tourist nonsense, people aimlessly traipsing from country to country, taking pictures of themselves in front of the edifices that we created for our own amusement and our own glory. So enjoy the vaccines when they come, because you're going to demand them, because it's the only way you're going to get out of your house. You'll have your little ticket, you'll have your little badge, which will say that you've been a good little serf, and you've had your vaccine, and now you can go to one of the only 10% of restaurants that we allow to be open. Of course, it's not going to affect our restaurants, because you won't be able to afford to go to our restaurants, because by that time you'd have used all your savings, haven't you? And now you're on a universal income that we give you. Now you can't get out of that. Now you've got to do what we say. Now you've got to stay where we put you. So we may decrease your rent. We may give you a slight pause in your mortgage while we decide how much of your income that we give you you're going to have to spend on expensive medicines, government subsistence. You know we're in control. We always have been. And you know the really interesting thing is that we're only in control because you let us. You see, you've never truly woken up because we put you to sleep. We give you soap operas and we give you meaningless game shows, sports events, giving you the semblance of some form of competition to give colour to your otherwise mediocre, ridiculous little life. You see, people always used to criticise communism, saying it was for the poor people. Well, it was. Most of the people were poor. But the party people, our people, we weren't poor at all. We would have our duckers, and our second and third homes, our chauffeur-driven cars, and our security just in case some of you got a little bit uppity. You see, the thing is, you've seen this for 1,000 years. Us elite just telling you what you should do, when you should do it, when to live, when to die. And now's the time where you're beginning to see exactly who we are. enjoy the next virus, because I assure you it'll be bigger and better. And because you're now all conditioned, you'll just go along back into your homes, allow us to do what we want to do. And if you even decide for a little bit of dissent, then we have martial law. We'll come house to house. We'll vaccinate you. We'll take away your weapons. We'll take away your will to live. And all will be well. We have created this chaos, because out of the chaos will come a new world order. Our world order. Welcome to the world.